episode of the Relentless Transitions podcast. I am Teresa, representing the U.S., and I have my lovely co-host, Miss. What's your name? No, I'm just joking. Miss
Hey,
Rosalind
you're on the
Keith.
naughty list now.
Miss Rosalind Keith, that's right. I'm on the naughty list. Miss Rosalind Keith is here with me. And if you have a chance and you're listening to us on the podcast, if you have a chance to go to our channel, then you will be able to see us all dressed up in our Christmas hats. So we are here to spread a little Christmas joy. We are so excited about this. How are you feeling today, Rosalind?
I actually am feeling more and more Christmassy with each day. We actually have snow right now, which we often don't at this time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's going to be like 7 degrees and raining on Thursday, so it'll all be gone by Friday. But but yeah, I'm starting to feel like it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yes, yes. I love Christmas time. So this is really perfect. And the topic that we're going to talk about today, if you're new to our channel just today, then we like to talk about life. We like to talk about business and triumph. So this is definitely a lifestyle podcast today because we're going to be talking about how to actually stay connected during the holidays and especially during this time of the pandemic. We're all facing restrictions at different levels, and there are different concerns, but it still can be a very joyous time. And even though we're separated, we wanted to share with you some ways that we can actually stay connected, and feel that holiday joy and cheer this season. So we're going to just jump right on into it. So Rosalind, you want to start?
Sure. And Teresa and I think a lot alike. So, while I may say this, I know Teresa's on her list on how to stay connected as well. So, the first thing that came to my mind was, you can connect virtually or by phone, and put on the same movie, agree to watch the same movie. You can agree that it's going to be a hot cocoa and pajamas night with this movie, and if it's a movie that you're both very familiar with, you can actually you know interrupt the movie and say, oh, like, I love this part, or
Exactly.
or if it's a movie you're not familiar with, then you can agree to pause the movie. Let's talk about that last scene, or
Mm-hmm.
and so you're not just sitting there as a vegetable watching the movie together. You're actually interacting by having an interactive conversation just by hitting the pause button to discuss what was on the movie. So
Yes, absolutely. I did this just this weekend watching A Christmas Carol. Last year, my husband and I watched it 6 times, and we've already started watching it again. Actually, we found a different version of it, and so we watched that together this weekend. But even if the person is outside of your home, that's a great thing to do because my mom and I get on the phone and listen to one another breathe all the time. All the time. Oh, what channel is that on? So we do that a lot. That's a great way to stay connected. But listen, another one for me, especially during this time, is phone calls. During the year, it seems that I am so busy. It seems like there's just always something to do. And, there are people that I just don't talk to as often as I would really like to. So what I do is I take Sunday, but you can pick any day, and I take a block of time during this time and I say, I'm going to make phone calls. So I literally already know like who I'm going to call, but I might not get to everyone because I'm not on a time table. So when I call them, I really just enjoy the conversation. If I get done with them and I can call the next person, then great. But, that's what I try to do during the holiday time.
that's really nice. And brings to mind something that's really similar along those lines, and that is to send handwritten letters by snail mail. Um, everybody loves opening their mailbox to find a letter from someone near and dear to their heart. And it can be a Christmas card, but it doesn't have to be. It can just be a handwritten note with a few lines on it, just saying, just want to know how much I appreciate you having you in my life, and or share a few stories about what you've done over the year. I used to do, but I haven't in a while. I used to do a family letter every year, and
Mm.
and but we lived overseas, so doing a family letter to cousins and friends and stuff who I don't normally talk with, throughout the year because we were living overseas, was just a great way to catch up with them. You don't have to make it dry. It can be humorous. It can be a fun little thing. So similar to your phone calls, right? It's just a way
Mhm.
to connect.
Yes, definitely. Another thing that you can do is you can plan, especially if you're not going to be with family, or you're just going to be away for the holidays. You can plan to actually eat and be a part of the holiday festivities through either Zoom or FaceTime. Everybody has a phone, and computers are all over the place. So, and even Zoom, is on your phone. Did you know Zoom was
Yes, yes, I
on?
did.
You can download the Zoom app.
Yep.
I was out driving one day, and somebody wanted to connect with me through Zoom, and I was like, I'm in my car. I can't. And they were like, yes, you can. And I was able to get on Zoom. So anyway, go
Although
figure.
I'm not recommending you do a Zoom call while
I
you're
mean,
driving.
no, no. Now, look, strike that. Edit. No. But so I was able to get onto the Zoom call, but what ended up happening was it connected through my car audio. So, they weren't looking at me. I wasn't able to hold it. They couldn't see me, but we were, speaking, through that. And there were other people who were a part of it, but I was able to be a part of the conversation just because that app was on my phone. So yes, but at either rate, see, she's trying to get me in trouble with Santa Claus.
Told you, you're on the naughty list, Teresa.
I know. But you can, Zoom or FaceTime and, eat the meal together, whether it's the Christmas meal or whether it's just a meal during this season, Yeah.
Yeah, as an extension to that, you can actually agree to pick a theme, and everybody has to come to the virtual meeting, the virtual get together, with foods that are part of that theme, dressed as part of that theme. So yeah, it doesn't have to be Christmas Day dinner. It can be just another dinner party of some sort, and having a theme just makes it kind of that much a
Yes.
little bit more fun, right?
Hmm.
Uh and I have another one that's kind of along those lines, and that is to arrange a virtual trivia night. There are apps out there that have at least some of their features are free, that you can create a very fun trivia night evening, and everybody comes, and you often have to have like a computer and a phone, or a phone and a tablet. So you have to have two ways to connect, because you want to be able to see everybody at the party, at the trivia night, on your computer, and then the questions come through your phone, and then you have to the question comes up, and the person whose turn it is to read the question reads the question, reads the answers. Then you have so many seconds to make your choice, and it goes into the you make your choice on your iPhone, and it goes into the app that everybody has on their phone. And then it says who got the answer right, and a lot of them keep tally of the points too. So,
Mhm.
a virtual trivia night is kind of a fun thing to do. I don't know if I suspect there are other virtual games out there that you could
Mhm.
share together. Just look it
Yes.
up. I bet you could even find Monopoly on there that you could play online with your friends. I know my son, and the younger generation, they're very used to playing games online together, right?
Right.
So it takes a little bit of organization, but it can be a really fun night. And you know, you take breaks when you need to and come back to it. And yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And then, I guess the final one to share, and, we share with you all of these alternative ways to stay connected. And I'm sure that there are many others, maybe that you have been doing that we haven't mentioned today. But another way to stay connected is really to show up in person, to actually meet in person, make that in-person visit. So meet someone for coffee. It doesn't have to be, the traditional holiday dinner, or it doesn't have to be something that is super, super long and lengthy and or expensive. Meet, a loved one or a friend for coffee. Meet them for lunch. Or set up to, if to meet for dinner, at a restaurant where neither one of you have to spend like a lot of time in the kitchen, or just keep it really simple and meet up and spend time. Again, I think that more than anything during this time, that being able to just connect and sit with someone is really, really special. I think that we have learned to really appreciate that way more than what we may have done prior to the
yeah,
pandemic.
yeah,
So
yeah,
schedule some time to just take time to meet in person, or you could go for a walk even. Meeting outdoors is safer than meeting indoors. So that is a way for you to like safely meet up, if the weather permits, to go out and just, go for a brisk walk in the park, or meet up at the mall. No, maybe not the mall, because then you're inside with, everyone. But you get the idea. Meet up
yeah.
at a
So
park and just kind of take a little walk.
yeah, yeah. If it's a bit cold out, dress for it, put on the long johns
Hmm.
and bring a thermos of hot tea or
Hmm.
hot toddies if that's the way you roll, or hot chocolate or whatever, and or hit the coffee shop on the drive-through coffee shop on your way to meeting them in the park and bring them a cup of coffee
Hmm.
and stroll around the parks. A lot of parks here, I don't know about you, Teresa, but a lot of our parks here have actual Christmas displays up and lights up
Yes.
from the beginning of
Hmm.
December to the end of January. And so it gives you lots of opportunity to get out there and just enjoy the beauty of the lights and nature. And so if you want to do it in the evening, and then of course during the day, it's always nice as well, especially you don't get a lot of snow, but here there's really something quite invigorating about going for a walk in a snowy forested area. Yeah, it's walking is and being outside is safer than doing anything inside. So if you're
Hmm.
still feeling concerned about COVID and you're uncomfortable being inside with people close to each other, go for a walk. I have one more that actually just came to mind because I'm doing that. I actually invested in a HEPA filter. Um, so it's an air purifier with a HEPA filter,
Hmm.
and the one I bought is good for I think 400 and 500 square feet or something like that. So a good size, the main floor of my house, basically. And so if you're concerned about having people in your home, instead everything I've heard is that having HEPA filters helps. They actually help clear the air of germs and viruses and that sort of thing. The other option, of course, is if you want to do it inside, is to open a window or two to get the air flowing. Because apparently, again, COVID is spread by air droplets. And so having a HEPA filter and some cross filtration, cross movement of air, then you can connect in person and maybe feel a little bit more safe. And if you're really feeling unsafe, there's nothing wrong with connecting with your masks on, right?
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So anyway.
So that sounds perfect. So I hope that we have shared with you some great tips and that things that you can take to heart and actually implement into your life to help you to stay connected during this holiday season. But, above all, remember that this is the season, for joy, and just your voice, your presence can bring joy to someone else, even if it is just by phone or if it's done virtually. Yeah. So happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Oh, we forgot to say, look, we can't close out without saying, please visit our channel on YouTube, the Relentless Transitions podcast. Visit us on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and share. And we would love to hear some of your tips on how you are going to stay connected this holiday season. See you on the next episode.
Bye, everyone.